I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. One of the places where Hurricane Irene ravaged the region was the Forge Hill Road Bridge in the town of New Windsor. Floodwaters ripped a channel through the span over the Moodna Creek, leaving a 50-foot cavity while washing away embankments and endangering homes. Now, 1 year later, the damage remains with no repair work underway. Today, area political representatives from all government levels gathered on the storm-ravaged bridge to talk about efforts to expedite the repair process. Congresswoman Nan Hayworth says a bureaucratic red tape has prevented a prompt response. She says the state DOT now needs to release the available Federal Highway Administration funding.
This is something that was an emergency, was created by a terrible storm a year ago this week, and the people here have suffered long enough. And there's no rational reason why this should take so long. This is sadly fairly typical of what happens when you have bureaucracies that have hundreds or even thousands of pages of red tape to deal with.
The people need this to happen. I can tell you I signed an agreement yesterday for the county with the state of New York, and that's being hand-delivered as we speak to now really get this project moving. They've approved of it. They'll review it now, and then hopefully we get this designed as quickly as we can.
The repair project will cost an estimated $2 million, 80% of that federal money, and the remaining 20% county funding. Hayworth says the work could be completed in about a year if the state DOT promptly moves the approval process forward. A Westchester County man has been identified as the victim of a drowning late Wednesday afternoon in the Delaware River near the town of Deer Park hamlet of Sparrowbush. According to town police, 42-year-old Efren Campos of Yonkers was rafting with his girlfriend when he decided to take off his life jacket and go for a swim. When Campos disappeared, his girlfriend took the raft to shore and called for help.
It was just up around Eddy Farm area, and she kept floating away in the boat, the female that he was with. And she said as she was floating away, he was swimming, and next thing you know, she lost sight of him, never seen him again. And then they put the call out. She got down in this area here, put the call out, and we came. Upon first arrival, we sent boats up to see if we could find him on the shore or something, thinking, that maybe he swam ashore and she just didn't see him. Couldn't find him, so then we started going into a rescue mode with divers. Approximately an hour after we were here, we found him. A couple kayakers actually found him in about waist-deep water, and then we sent a couple divers to recover him.
Police say there was no sign of any foul play and that alcohol or drug use are not considered factors in the drowning. Kingston City Police and CSX rail officials say he failed to respond to repeated blasts from the train's horn prior to the fatal accident. 24-year-old Kurt Wolke was struck by the freight train Wednesday at the Foxhall Crossing in Kingston. Wolke had been staying at a Kingston homeless shelter at the time of his death. He died of severe head injuries after being rushed to Albany Medical Center. Investigators say they don't know why he was walking so close to the tracks. A new development today in a Sullivan County rape case. 37-year-old Paul Curry of Neversink, who had pleaded guilty in April to raping a 12-year-old girl, has hired a new attorney and is now attempting to withdraw his plea of guilty to the first-degree rape charge. Curry was arrested last August following what investigators say were sexual encounters that grew out of a communication between Curry and the girl on Facebook. Curry was expected to face up to 20 years in prison at sentencing. Sullivan County Court Judge Mike McGuire is expected to rule on the guilty plea withdrawal request tomorrow. More fallout from Monday's rock and bottle throwing incident that followed a rally in the city of Newburgh. Lawyers for the Michaellebhardt family claim family members are now being targeted by police, with attorney Michael Sussman saying Donald Lebhardt, the dead man's brother, was singled out and did not take part in the violence that erupted. Donald Lebhardt faces felony charges after police say he threw bricks at a patrol car and resisted arrest. Another Lebhardt brother, 18-year-old Basil, was also arrested after allegedly challenging police to fight. Newburgh Police Chief Michael Ferrara says he stands behind his officers but would investigate any formal complaints filed against them. Grand juries determined that Newburgh police were justified in their actions back in March when Michaellebhardt was shot and killed. He walked into the Berkshire Bank in Harriman Wednesday afternoon and presented a teller a note demanding money. He ran out of the Route 17M bank branch with an undisclosed amount of cash. Now members of multiple police agencies are involved in the search for the suspect. Police say he told the teller he had a gun, and there was a report that a handgun was displayed while he was in the bank. Nobody got hurt. You can add the Sullivan County town of Forestburg to the list of area communities that have banned natural gas drilling. Forestburg Town Board members voted unanimously this week to ban the controversial gas extraction method known as fracking. Forestburg has joined Bethel, Highland, Lumberland, and Tustin on the list of towns in the county that have gone on record against hydraulic fracturing. Governor Andrew Cuomo says home rule legislation will be an important factor in determining where or if fracking is ever permitted. There's more sunshine in the forecast as we head into the holiday weekend. Friday will be sunny and hot with temperatures getting up around 90 degrees. Saturday's weather will feature a mix of sun and clouds with the highs topping out in the upper 80s. When news breaks, you will find it right here at Record Online, and stay connected to the stories and features important to you by picking up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.